Okay, I'm now trying to do something a little bit scary and unconventional for myself because I have a new work tool that I try to use for my fence, and this is a paint sprayer.
Hi there, and welcome to the Beach House Garden Diary.
I'm gonna fill the container, and I already have my course laid around the whole property. So today is the day. I'm gonna try it out because painting everything by hand takes forever.
Oh yes, so this is me filling up the tank for the first time, not knowing what is ahead of me, but indeed having high hopes on what's to come.
Show you.
However, feeling suspicious on the same time.
This is how it looks like. Oh, just wish me luck. Okay, I think I am ready to try this out. This is the first trial. My mom is here trying to assist me just in case. So let's see. First I'm gonna cover from top to bottom the beans and then the other ones. So let's see. This is for the top to bottom setting. So I'm afraid.
Look at me go! And my mom counting from 1 to 3 to get me started.
It didn't work. That's a button. All right, that's a button. Oh my God.
Here, touching the airflow which is coming out of the tool. Well, it is actually like a tiny vacuum cleaner, but just working in the opposite direction. That tool was making such a noise that it was heavily distracting. However, I started to cover the vertical posts. The paint was really getting into the tiniest cracks on the posts, and I was really impressed with that. However, when covering the vertical parts of the fence, you can see how much of the paint is actually passing the wood. That's definitely a high waste tool.
Here's the first review. This thing is super easy and comfortable to use, but it takes so much paint because I couldn't adjust the width of the spray. Because this button here that was supposed to do it, I could not move it.
Anyway, as there was no time to complain, we adjusted the strategy. So my mom was covering the horizontal beams with the brush, and I did the posts with the spray painter.
So we split up with mom.
So here I am trying to learn and speed it up, gain some momentum, and get it done as efficiently as possible.
Alright, so this is a close-up demonstration how this thing works. It makes a noise.
So basically, the trick here is to always maintain the correct angle, which in the ideal world would be 90 degrees. And here comes the unexpected demonstration, how it runs out of the paint. Not again.
The other thing with this is that you have a cord and you just have to manage this cord all the time. That's fun. But alright, let's continue.
But thanks to my mom and my brother who were visiting me on this day and supporting me mentally and physically, we got so much done.
Finally, it's the day where I'm trying to clean up my ugly corner. So I start with these very pallets and I'm trying to move and clean everything close to the fence because I need to trim everything there and then also paint the fence. So cleaning, here we come.
Welcome to the ugly corner of my garden. Here I keep all the materials from all the different building projects that I don't need anymore but don't want to throw away, as well all the plants that I haven't yet found a proper home.
I don't know what it is, but something is super stinky here. And I think it must be this pile of compost. Otherwise, there's nothing suspicious anywhere else.
But as I need to paint the fence now, I need to clean all this area up.
Okay, so we have a big snake somewhere. Because this here is a skin of a snake. Not the tiny one, but the big one inside my compost bin. I'm afraid now. First thing of every cleanup, remove the big stuff. Alright, next step, remove dead stuff.
I'm not really sure how cleaning up this area helps with preparing for painting the fence. Seems it was just distracting me enough so that I decided to clean it up in one go.
This is better, and this is how we leave it at the moment.
And then one lunchtime later.
Alright, I'm back, and now with a plan, because I don't feel like doing anything, and even if I know I should get things done, I am so avoiding this that I'm doing anything else than the thing that I need to do today. And today the plan was to clean up this part of the fence so that I could eventually paint it, hopefully tomorrow. So what I need to do is to move this thing away from here because it's standing on the way. Then I need to take the remaining wood for the new fence from the backyard together with the gate to the front yard so that I could wash it in the evening and paint it tomorrow. Then I need to trim everything from the inside. Then I need to trim the outside because, as you can see, this neighbor who owns the land behind this fence, they don't live here and they don't mind this being a little wildish here. But to paint the fence, I need to somehow trim it then myself. And the last task for today is to wash the wood, and then I'm done. It's almost 3 o'clock. I've done a bit, but these are all like escape activities that I did. Nothing really helping with this task. So my target is to get done by 6 o'clock. And I'm gonna leave my to-do list here. The first task is to unload this garden cart to the composter. And I'm gonna use the front yard composter for this.
Alright, driving right to the next task, which is collecting all the wood and the gate.
Third task, trim the inside of the garden. And that's gonna be fun again.
Okay, that was fast. But the next task is trimming the outside of the garden.
My camera is not in the mood to record today, so it's not on a video how I was trying to trim this part here behind the fence. But trust me, it wasn't easy because these branches of the raspberries are very, very tall. I guess more than 2 meters for sure. So I tried to save some of them and only take off the old branches. I'm going to bring my garden scissors and try to do one more trim there. I'm just going to clean it so that it would look as clean and neat as possible.
Honestly, I was actually really doubting in myself whether I can or cannot clean this up. But progressing just one branch at a time really did help me keep on going.
The bad news is that behind this part there is another part with wild blackberries.
But I'm very happy to say that it did end up looking better.
We need to make some room, and we are going to do it. Wow, cleaning this took an eternity. Finishing at 6 o'clock is not an option because it's 5:45, but I'm gonna still finish this part here.
And by that point, I really didn't plan to do anything else because I actually was already amazed how far I had come with just one day of cleaning.
Yes, yes, this is the hair of a heavy work day, and I have managed to clean all this rubble and bramble and branches and stuff that was there at the other side of the fence. And now I basically just need to move away some of my own pipes that were left over from the building works. Once upon a time I was building my house. If I am super good today, I'm going to also trim it. But I hear it's going to rain a bit, so yeah, perfect time for a break, and I'm gonna observe according to the rain if I'm gonna come back today or not. Good morning. So today is the final day of painting the fence. This is at least what I hope for. I'm gonna start with the other side of this fence there. Then I'm going to continue to the back side of my garden, which I was cleaning yesterday, behind that part. And then also this part there, which is facing the neighbor. So this is the plan for today. It's 20 past noon, and I don't know if it's feasible or not, but I'm trying to get done by 6 o'clock. I'm not sure if this is possible, but I'm gonna try. Yes, let's lay down some wires. All right, first these orange ones, and I'm gonna use this socket here today. We have this one for later. And it's time to get the color inside.
The color expenditure when using the spray painter was just insane. So I had to buy 3 more extra buckets of color, which is around 30 liters. And that all was just supposed to be used in a single day.
All right, let's do it. One and a half hours in, and I've managed to do this part of the fence, and I've used half a bucket of paint. It's 2 o'clock, so I need to do this part of the 50 meters until the park forest, and then I'm gonna maybe have a lunch. So let's see. This is where we start to work now. It definitely is a bit more windy than ideal for this work. Yoo-hoo! The right side of the front yard is now done, and I only need to figure out what am I going to do with this electricity spool. It just messes with all the cords.
And here's a quick overview how well the paint sprayer actually works. So even though I had my nose covered with the mask, it still managed to cover all my face, not to mention all my body.
Alright, I'm back from lunch, which was a little longer than expected because I got tired, and I must say, regardless of how convenient this thing is, I'm losing a little bit my motivation to paint. So I may end up with using the brush for the last pieces of this fence. But now, until I still do have the paint inside this pocket that I have with me here in the back garden, I am going to spray. The bad news is we have some mosquitoes now, so I need to spray quickly. I'm trying to fill it to the maximum level because this spray painter loses its efficiency while I'm walking back and forth. So I'm trying to kind of be as efficient as possible here by refilling it to the maximum. This is so nice when it does not make the sound. Another benefit to the brush: no sound, no chords, no filling, but that's faster a bit. Alright, that was the last bit of paint from this bucket, and I'm going to paint the posts from the other side with this. Here we go.
Oh boy, I guess I climbed at least 20 times across the fence in order to either fill the tank or just mess with the cords. Yeah, these were the last sections of the fence that I wanted to paint with the paint sprayer. And the reason for that was that the cords just did not reach to the furthest point of the fence. Doesn't matter. I was really done with this reversed vacuum cleaner sound and was happy to paint everything else by hand.
A perfect site to my ugly corner. I'm gonna paint this with a brush because it just felt impossible to access these with a spray painter.
But there were still these pipes that had to be removed and some bags.
Alright, almost accessible.
Alright, back to painting with the brush, and that felt so calming, so therapeutic. I loved it. No sound, no chords. I think it was perfect to finish this painting marathon like this.
Oh boy, it's 8:20 in the evening and I'm finally done for the day. So this was exactly 8 hours that I was either painting this fence or at least thinking about painting this while I was having my lunch. So I've also managed to wrap up the cords that I'm probably not going to use anymore, and I'm pretty much sure I am not going to use the spray painter tomorrow, even though I did not manage to even get to the other side of the fence. Other than that, I think it is pretty nice. Can't show all of that. It goes far. So yes, this was a full day of painting.
And after making a tiny bonfire to burn all the branches, I was left with a pretty looking earthy black fence. Here's a couple of views. Thank you so much for watching this journey. If you are curious about my opinions, how I feel in general about all the tools that I use, just let me know and I'm gonna make a tiny overview video. At current point, I thank you so much for watching till the end. I wish you all the best and take care.